Lisa Amparano, and for my end of novel project, I'm going to be making a cinnamon babka, which is a traditional Jewish dessert that originated in the Jewish communities of Poland. First, you need to start by putting 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, of dry active yeast, and then you need to have it dissolve with warm milk, 2/3 cup of warm milk, and then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, so now that we mixed the yeast and the milk together, we're going to set this aside, and we're going to get 5 tablespoons of room temperature butter, and then we're going to get 3 tablespoons of sugar, and we're going to put this in the stand mixer. Okay, so now that the butter and sugar have been mixing together, we're going to take it out, and we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Okay, so now that this is finished mixing, we're going to add in 4 egg yolks, but we need to add them in one at a time while increasing the speed every time. Okay, so now that we mixed the egg yolks together, we're going to add 2.5 cups of flour, and then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Now that the flour and the salt have finished mixing, we're going to add the yeast mixture into this, and we're going to mix it again. Now the dough is finished mixing, we're going to grab some flour and put it on the cutting board so that we can knead the dough. Now that we have our little ball of dough, we're going to get it and we're going to put it inside the bowl, and we're going to cover it with plastic wrap and let it sit for 1 to 2 hours. So while we're waiting for the dough to rise, we're going to be making the cinnamon filling. So I'm going to mix 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of flour, 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg white, and 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm going to mix it all together until it's smooth. Now that the dough has risen and became about double the size that it was before, we're going to take it out of the bowl, and we're going to roll it out into about a 16 by 18 inch square. Now that the dough is all rolled out, I'm just putting the cinnamon filling on top of it, leaving a 1-inch border along the edges. Now that the babka is in the pan, we're going to set it aside so that it can rise for another hour. Now that I put the streusel on top, I'm going to put the bread into a 350-degree oven for about 50 minutes to an hour. So after about an hour of baking, it's finally finished. This is what it looks like. If you want to make yourself a cinnamon babka, you should go do it because it tastes really good and it's also really fun to make, so 10 out of 10 recommend.